This is the best handheld of all time.
This is the best handheld of all time.
Step up your game, guys. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Weekday. What up? Cody, put that down.
But it's the best handheld of all time.
Put that down. We're filming an episode.
This is the Vita.
This is the 3DS.
This is the Superboy.
This is not an official product of Nintendo. It does not count.
But it's so awesome.
So today we're talking about not the best handhelds of all time, because we all know that power-wise it's the Vita. We all know that fun-wise
it's the 3DS. But we all know that the best one ever. We're not going to talk about that. It's Mr. Game & Watch.
Mr. Game & Watch?
The Game & Watch series.
I know what it is. So we're talking about what kind of our favorites and kind of our experience with handhelds, like, you know, throughout the years, and what we think of handhelds. And does everyone here agree that they like handhelds? I know there's a lot of people who won't game on handhelds.
Really? I didn't know that.
My girlfriend Katie actually doesn't like handhelds.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
Katie needs to step up her game.
She does.
Anyway,
We look down like there's a basement and she's just like trapped down there.
put the lotion on the skin. Okay.
Gets the hose again.
Anyway, so there's a lot of people that don't like handhelds. You guys like handhelds, right?
I love me some
yeah.
handhelds.
I've been a handheld fanatic since the handheld was made with Mr. Game & Watch, which I
like
did not
holding it in
ever
my hands.
use.
So you never played.
You don't know my life.
I do know your life.
You know that I never played a Game & Watch?
You've never played a Game & Watch?
I have, but not
neither
as a
of
kid.
you.
I
haven't
have.
either.
Oh, really?
I have, actually, just not as a kid. Played it later in life.
Yeah, I've never played them before.
But my first handheld was, it's actually right here with us. I did own an original Game Boy, but it was after the Game Boy Color. I think we got it at like a yard sale or something. So my first handheld...
Because that person was retarded.
It was this one, exactly. Still with a great game in it. Did you ever play this game?
I did play that, yeah.
Dakota tried to argue with me and say that this would be a terrible game. Isn't it great?
Some people hate it.
But he's never played it, though. Isn't it good, though? Like, it's
What
so
do
much
you
better
do?
than what you would think a card game
It would be, yeah. You basically just...
It's actually like an RPG.
Yeah.
Pokemon trading card game for the Game Boy Color is amazing.
You'll just have to borrow...
Anyway,
my
that was
Game
my
Boy.
first handheld too, as well, and it was the same one. Not that one, but I mean, it was the same. It was the purple one. that
No
you could see
batteries.
I took one of them out.
Did you really?
through. Why would you do that?
It's just right over there.
Die.
It runs on the youth of children.
The tears of orphans.
The youth of children.
So,
No wonder it's dead.
was this your first handheld as well?
No.
Ooh.
My first handheld was the Game Boy Pocket,
Ah,
which
wow.
barely anyone had.
I don't think I've ever
That's
even
'cause it was-
seen
there
one
was
in
such
real
a-
life.
Literally,
It was not a long transition from the Pocket to the Color, was there?
no. It was pretty sure they basically both came out around the same time. The Game Boy, the first one that came out, was pretty big.
It was
Yeah.
a brick.
It was
It was about this big.
and they came out with the Pocket, and
This is
it's
a little smaller.
it's smaller than this. My first Game Boy was the Game Boy Pocket. It was green, no color in the back, that kind of thing. It's actually, when you play it, it's actually darker on the inside when you look at it. And my first game was Yellow, Pokemon Yellow.
There you go.
So, I mean,
He's been trying to find it ever since.
I know, they're so expensive.
Really?
Yeah, it's like the hardest one to find here in America. Green's the hardest one, but Yellow's like $30-$50 on eBay.
Those are totally all different prices.
$32.50.
Oh.
$32.50.
They're $30-$50, dude.
That's what you said.
They're 30. They're
bucks.
50. They're 30 payments of $50.
Yeah, exactly.
My God.
They are
that's
expensive.
But
You could do that with your new job.
Okay, so growing up throughout the years, I've never seen one. I have had the chance to see a Game Boy Micro,
Ooh.
which is
I've
really
never.
freaking weird.
Those came out
They
like
are-
right at the same time as the DS did.
They are basically garbage. They're so small. Oh my God. I remember having... how many handhelds did you guys have? What all did you have? Because I had the Game Boy Color, eventually had the normal Game Boy, I had the Game Boy SP, I had the Game Boy Advance, or Game Boy, I meant Game Boy Advance, then I had the Game Boy Advance SP, then I had the DS, the fat one, then I had the DS Lite, and then I had the 3DS fat, or little one, then I had the 3DS XL, and I also had the PSP, and now I have the Vita, so I pretty much had everything. What have you guys had?
started with the Pocket. and made it up to Game Boy Color and Advance. Then I had the Game Boy SP, and the SP was the one I fell off on. My brother got the PSP.
Well, that's because of reasons. No.
Yeah, I'll explain that later because
don't explain it.
No, it's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Well, explain it really quick. Go.
Okay. Well, my parents really hated video games for a while, so they had us destroy them all. It was kind of fun.
You said that way too happy. They had us destroy them.
It's actually why the Game Boy SP is my favorite handheld console because it's practically indestructible. I had the thing for like 3 years, and it sat out in the rain because my brother left it out there for like 20 minutes. Still worked. We went to Florida in a 16-passenger van, and one of the cup holders had water in it, about an inch of water, and it sat in that water for about 3 hours. Still worked after that. We threw it down the stairs into concrete 3 times. Still worked after that. Then we had it sit in a bucket full of water for 24 hours, and still worked after that. And that is why it's my favorite, because it is practically indestructible.
It's not the games.
I read today that it was actually originally supposed to
go sleep mode.
Yeah, you read that too?
Really?
Yeah, it was originally. I didn't read into why it didn't, but
Time
I also
restraints maybe. I didn't read it either. I just saw it.
all right. So what I was that was up.
I mean,
Then I just from PSP I got to PSP, which my brother had, and we had a few games. It wasn't really my favorite. I'm not sure why, but they were fun. But the games, the way they had them like in those plastic things and stuff, I didn't really like that.
Not in there.
And then now I have my 3DS, which I've only started playing with the DSs ever till recently, since Smash Bros. Came out. This is my first 3DS, first DS.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So I'm interested to hear Dakota's story because I know he's actually, no offense or anything, but coming up over the years, I think you had been less of a gamer, especially with the handhelds.
I played me some games, but
especially with
I
the
played
handhelds.
things like when I was a kid because I was stupid. I played things like Cabela's Big Game Hunter on the Game Boy Color
and Wii Sports.
Oh, come on, that's a good game.
So what's
Played
your
Frogger.
story?
All right. So my story with handhelds is I originally got the Game Boy Color. It was a Christmas present. When my first game was Pokemon Red. Played it, loved it.
Did you beat it?
No, because I was a dumb kid.
Oh, I beat it.
Makes
when I was a
sense.
dumb kid.
Dumb kids.
So anyway,
I can't remember. I think I beat it.
there was actually a point in time when I owned. My parents got me, and I had between at my dad's house and my mom's house every gaming system that was out. There was a point in time when that was a thing.
Was this like around GameCube era?
We're just talking about
Other than the
handhelds,
GameCube,
though.
but I know that includes I had
Oh,
at my mom's house I had a Game Boy Color, and then at my dad's house he got me the Game Boy Advance, which is basically the Game Boy Color. Well, it looked like that one, but in advanced form.
it didn't look like this. It's sideways.
No,
It looks more like this.
I mean it was like this.
Same layout.
Oh, same colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
I never had a solid colored one. So I had that, and then at my mom's, I got for my birthday. I think it was my 11th birthday. I got the Game Boy Advance SP, which the first game I got was Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers, and I popped it in right there because we were doing the laser tag birthday. Popped it in right there, and all my friends were gathered around. At the time, I think you might have been there.
How is that game? It sounds like it'd be really crappy.
I enjoyed it when I was a kid, but I had no idea what to do. But like, it
My
starts
first
off-
game on SP was Bionicles.
That is a
never
good
had that
game.
Yeah, but go on.
But like, you first turn it on, and my parents like it plays like a few cutscenes from Two Towers. My parents were like, "This is new. It's playing the movie." And then I was like, "No, this is the." And I was even like, "Wait, what? What?" And then I was like, "Oh, it is the game." And I enjoyed it. I played it, but it was also the first one to have a backlit screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love. Oh my god! Did you know that Game Boy Pocket, I think it was, in Japan had a backlit screen?
Really?
Yeah.
I think that's why I like the Pocket so much, is because I mentioned earlier it was darker. So even without the backlight, you could still see pretty well, actually.
So finish up.
And then I think it was like a year and a half later, Christmas time or whatever. That was when at my dad's and my mom's for Christmas, I got a Nintendo DS, the first like really big brick
I
like
didn't
one.
know you ever owned a DS.
Yeah,
I thought you just borrowed your sister's.
Well, I had like that silver one, and I did for a while because mine. I still have it too, and it still works. But like the thing that makes it
The hatch.
The hatch
not hatch.
is broken.
Latch.
Is broken, and
So it
like,
just kind of wiggles?
It just kind of wiggles, and it's
That
actually.
happened to my DS Lite.
And but for a while I would borrow. So since it was like that, I borrowed my sister's DS Lite and my sister JC's DSi. I didn't care if it was pink. And then
play my games.
And then I kind of fell off the handheld for a while until I got Pokemon Heart Gold, and then I didn't have a handheld until I got the red version of Nate's 3DS here. And that's my story with handhelds. And then I did just today actually I purchased the Superboy because why wouldn't you?
If anyone doesn't know what a Superboy is, it is literally just a Super Nintendo that's handheld. And it's got the ability to hook up to your TV, so it's literally just a Super Nintendo. You can take anywhere you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you should check it out. It's actually kind of cheap to get this whole system. $70, right? Okay. So, to go ahead and end it out, everyone just say, what your actual overall favorite handheld is.
I'm gonna
Whether it's power, whether it's games, whether it's indestructibility. Such a weird reason, but whatever it is, you can go first.
For me, just because I've gotten so into games recently, I'm gonna go 3DS. Just because I have all the good. When I had my Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, I didn't have like the good games like Pokemon or Zelda or whatever. Mm-hmm. Now I'm old enough and I have internet and I know what games are gonna be good. I can go and I can get Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds. I can get Pokemon Omega Ruby. I can get Bravely Default. I can play all the good games. And
Bravely Second's gonna be great.
I need to finish Bravely Default, dude.
Okay, so are you sticking other than your SP?
The SP, probably the 3DS, just because of the games I have with it and just the modernization of it. Because the big game I had for the SP was Sapphire. That was the game I played the most. I mean, I played my other games that I had for my Game Boys because they played on the SP, which is really nice, by the way. The fact that you can play the older games on the newer system.
Oh yeah, that was nice.
Remember when backwards compatibility was a thing?
Yeah. But probably Smash Bros.
You
Especially
could play DS games on that,
You could play game on the first DS. You could play Game Boy Color games.
Yeah, I remember that. But just because Smash Bros is a good game, you can connect it to the Wii U and play this using this as your controller. And I mean, I'm pretty good with this thing using it as my controller. And then Alpha Sapphire just blows away. It's just such a good remake. I need to get more games for it. That's basically it.
My favorite handheld
I think I know what it
is... Now, don't get me wrong, I don't fanboy at all over anything, especially gaming-wise. I don't over gaming-wise. I try to not fanboy over anything.
Kingdom
Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is my favorite handheld.
Uncharted.
Okay, I mean console-wise. I try not to fanboy on consoles. But anyway, what I'm saying is... so I love my 3DS, don't get me wrong, but my favorite, even though it does not have a ton of games, I think I get so much enjoyment out of the PS Vita that it is not even funny. Like,
I've never used one.
Oh my god, I love this thing. Oh, it turned on. Whoa, what happened?
It's 508.
It's not. It is. Holy crap. I love this thing so much. The power it's got in it. Just... Persona 4 Golden. That's all you need in life. They shouldn't have even made a Vita. They should have called it the Persona 4 device. And marketed it as that. They would have sold even more.
The PS is for Persona.
Yeah. Persona
And Vita means 4 somewhere.
It means 4 Golden.
It does now.
That's what the Vita is. So
You heard it.
if you learned anything on this episode, it's that you should get Persona 4 Golden. Thank you guys for watching. #1UP.
Stay nerdy.
And stay nerdy. Hey guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to watch yesterday's video, click right here in the center of the screen.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And read the description to find our other channels, plus our Twitch and more.
Nice, bro.
You should keep that in.